Hey guys, welcome back to The Sims 3 Seasons / University Life and everything else that's installed. But we're about to be done with work and I think we're gonna get the final promotion because that thing is way up there, that green meter. Did we do it? Yes! Mass happiness in this music. We've got the -1 Kelvin refrigerator in the family inventory. Oh yeah, I forgot there's career rewards. That you can't get that even in the buy debug. Wow, buy debug cheat. You have to climb the ranks of the career to get that reward. And I think every career, or at least most of them, come with a reward at level 10. So we'll look at that in a moment, but there we go. The sim that we started with has completed his lifetime wish. So in a way, that's the end of the game. But it's not, of course. It's open-ended. We could do whatever. Why didn't he come home? But the one thing that we have yet to do that I've been talking about from the start was plant the forbidden fruit and grow a plant sim baby. But in the meantime, because it's still winter, we might as well use the 30,000 rewards points that we just earned from completing that. Age freeze potion is as far as we could go. Can't afford the young again one, which turns you back to young adults. And teleportation pad is the most expensive. The rest of these, food replicator, that kind of destroys the whole purpose of learning to cook. Honorary degree kind of destroys the whole purpose of going to university. You can make a clone of your sim, which is kind of neat. Motive mobile, anywhere you travel, it refills your needs, but I remember it caused issues, like if you're a mermaid or a plant sim, when you get out of the mobile, your needs that aren't supposed to decline start declining, I remember. Inheritance, that's a generations thing. That's just free money. I mean, we might as well. Because all that other stuff I don't really have a need for. We already have the collection helper. And then, well, we'll see what we have left over, and we could look at some of these cheaper ones and just stack up a bunch. $30,000! Man. Again, kind of going back to that motherlode thing. Where's that in real life? It's just that perfect sum of a head start to enroll back in a university of some kind. We'll be a professional slacker, and where's the other one that goes along with it? All stuff that helps with work. If you ever just like want to not send your sim vacationer, yeah, you could take it easy at work and skip a few days, and it doesn't really punish you that much. But we still have more, and we're pretty much done here. Festival frequenter, maybe. We probably will be going to more festivals. We still got to go to the spring one. Legendary host. I mean, I've been throwing killer parties anyway, apparently. Discount diner, of course. Why would the best chef in town not get a discount at diners? That's the logic there. Steel bladder, I mean, if you start making it so that your Sim's needs don't deplete, then it's like, what's the point of him even playing? They're just standing around then, and that's already been an issue, I feel like. But yeah, the festival frequenter, that's good. Get better rewards for doing things at festivals, and once we have kids, we might be going. That's good, and we could just let hers keep on ticking up. Well, there you go. Bill Good Old Days here has achieved his wish. We could change it. If I go on to Island Paradise, I could completely alter what he is. Or we could kill them off and then play as different Sims, or we could just stop altogether. I haven't decided yet. But we'll celebrate with a woohoo in the shower, because why not? That's tricky in real life. Just saying. It's not always easy. We got a nice snowman that they built. What? Really? Wow, I can't even tell you the first time I've seen, or the last time I've seen a burglar in The Sims 3. They almost never trigger for me. Yeah, get him, that's right. I always put the alarm there, so I thought putting the alarm there kind of deterred them, but I guess not. Yeah, get him! Who's gonna win? The burglar might win. That thing is annoying. Wow. Yeah, that's right. You mess with the law, you mess with something. Shut up! That siren. Cool outfit, though. Okay, phew, it's over. Back to the silence of the snowfall. I love the silence that snow brings. When the world is covered in snow, everything seems quieter. I don't know if it's the absorption of sound or what it is. Stay here by the car while I survey the house. Can I beat him up? Set free? Oh, that must have been a Generations thing. That sounds like something you could have like a teen sim do. Because there's a lot of rebellious things. They really expanded childhood and teen interactions in this game whenever Generations came along. That's why I bought that pack. She's loving that ring. Yeah, just married. I'm hungry, man. Come on. Let's get out of here. I met a cop at 34th and Vine. She broke my bottle of love potion number 9. Do-do-do-do. The great 1950s song, or maybe it was from the 60s. I don't know. You can't enter build buy mode while being robbed. Well, get out of here. You got the guy. Get in your car and leave. This ain't your house. Robbie Bland. He sounds like a criminal. Look at it, he even gets in the car. I like the little minor attention to detail. The snowy roads and everything, it's beautiful. So, now what? Home improvement? Is that what we're doing? Yes, I guess so. We gotta make room for kids. We can't plant the fruit because it's winter. So let's see what we can get around to doing. Where do we get started? I guess we're gonna have to go up, right? Because we gotta have a backyard. Yo, welcome to the world of post-commentary. The video that you're about to see is gonna be sped up like 3 times, and the music you're hearing now is from the game Ukulele and the Impossible Lair by Platonic Games, formerly Rare. So we're just gonna hang out and chill as my past self builds what he builds here, completes this house and gets it ready for the children. What I'm doing right now is switching that fridge that we just got for the one that was in there, because it's the best fridge in the game, obviously. And I was just verifying that, oh yeah, we're getting a new oven too. Yeah, I was just verifying that the contents of the fridge would stay in the new one. So this is a little bit of upgrade that I'm working on now, getting the best dishwasher and things. But this whole ground level of this house is staying the same. I didn't really want to mess around with it too much and destroy the entire structure, leveling the terrain there, because you see that little divot? I don't know why that's there. So luckily the level tool worked as it's supposed to. And so my idea here that we're doing is remove this wall and build kind of like a foyer for a stairwell. We're gonna put a spiral staircase in there that leads up to the 2nd floor, and literally the entire 2nd floor is going to be a children's bedroom and a bathroom for now. And I was very concerned about how the house looked, because I have a bad habit of making these houses that just look like giant squares, and I hate that. So I wanted to try to use some cornered walls and things and get some kind of a structure that looks like a neat house to look at from the outside perspective. Spiral staircases, there. I don't think I have all of them. It's limited due to the expansion packs that I do have. But I also, because of the doorway issue, I had to move around the living room and put the plant, which is only a 1 tile space thing. That way we could get an archway door without obstructing the thing. It's still very tight, like that coffee table right there is a little bit in the way. But yeah, the rest of this is just kind of putting a wood tiling and trying to find a wallpaper that matches, and then just filling it with decorative plants and a hanging light structure of some kind. I remember having a hard time trying to find a color. But I didn't edit any of this footage. I just sped it up 3 times the normal video speed. It was an hour-long video, and now it's only like 20-something minutes. So it'll work. I'll just come in here and there talking about whatever I'm doing. The windows, too. I placed a ton of windows, because I remember from The Sims 1, you needed a lot of windows in order to light up the house, so I'm still in that mindset. But, yep, I just figured I'd post-commentate this rather than leave it in an hour-long thing. We get to just talk about life, things that are going on. So hopefully by the time this goes up, you guys had a good Christmas or whatever, if you celebrate it. And are enjoying whatever you may or may not have gotten. Well, how could you enjoy what you don't have? I don't know. Close your eyes and imagine. One of these weird offshoot things. It's not Christmas while I'm recording this yet. I've got some stuff coming up. I'm going to see my niece and nephew today. And then over the weekend, I'm going to spend some time with my mother over at her house and just get some things ready for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day when we all get together. But one of the offshoot things, oh yeah, you can see I'm kind of tracing the bottom floor, but I didn't want to trace it perfectly because then you just have a 2-story box. So then I'm looking at that neighbor house, trying to, like, marveling at how they created some kind of a design with that roof that slopes down. And I was like, well, what if I just had one side of the house be taller and then the other side where the bedroom is was still only one level? Then it would kind of look more neat. So I decided to continue tracing that part of it. And yeah, you can see with the spin around, I was like, that's good enough. It still looks a little off. Designing houses is very hard if you don't do it all the time. But it's one of the fun things you can do in this game. I've spent hours in build and buy mode between all the Sims games. I would say it's more fun than playing with the Sims themselves, because then you go from... It's kind of like a CAD program, right? It's more of a design game than playing Virtual Dollhouse at this point. Yeah, that thing I remember was bugging me. I thought it was cool because it's like a little thing of roses, but then all the colorations were too dark, and then I was like, screw it. Speaking of it being too dark, even though it's being built right now in the daytime mode, I remember I was still thinking the screen was very dark for some reason. I don't know. And I was trying to get that cool icicle light, but it hangs so low, I guess it intercepts the stairwell, and that's not allowed. But yeah, what I'm trying to say about an unexpected Christmas gift. Unexpected Christmas gift. Did that come out right? I feel like I'm just slurring all my words together. I swear I'm not drunk. I wish I was. I should be post-commentating this with a beverage in hand. Why am I not? Because I don't have anything. My fridge is barren. Ah, well. Yeah, I was just throwing lights there so I could see what the heck I was doing. This is the thing. I decided at this point, I need to visualize it first. So I always go into buy mode before build mode. Like, one of my favorite things to do in this game from the start, when I first pick a lot to move into, I just place the furniture there, knowing that there's going to be a front door and then immediately a TV and a couch. I just try to do the bare minimum and then build around it to make like the most minimal size room possible. Of course, it's not totally minimal because I've seen some minimalist builds that people do, and I know the Sims 4 build mode is way more advanced. It lets you go kind of even more minimal with it if you wanted to. Like, I've seen people build like a one-room box house that has all the essentials that a Sim needs to live. But yeah, this is the children's room, and I'm just kind of playing it by ear, placing every single child object. There's like a xylophone that teaches them the music skill. The block table is just for fun. There's a peg box that teaches logic, and the costume chest, oh, that oven that I just placed, teaches cooking. So if they max out to level 3 child cooking when they become a teenager and they first try to learn cooking from either the TV or a book, it instantly starts them at level 3 cooking. So yeah, that tile is not staying. It's not going to be like a carpeted bedroom-bathroom combo. I do fix it in build mode eventually. But as I said, I start in buy mode first. This music is awesome. Ukulele and the Impossible Lair. You should look at that game. It's getting so little attention for how good of a game it is. It's like a Donkey Kong Country platformer. I'm not saying go watch my Let's Play, although that would be cool if you did. Oh yes, look at this custom color wheel thing. Sims 4 doesn't have it. And this little child's thing I put there. I was trying to match the towels with the shower, making another blue bathroom, rather than going with the basic white tiles. But, yeah, just Ukulele and the Impossible Lair in general. The music is outstanding. I bought the soundtrack and everything. Just huge support for that game and that studio. I can't wait to see them take off, since they are basically the new Rare. Smaller, though. And the Stamper Brothers are not there. They're part of, I forget the name of their company that they have now, but they're kind of doing the more like mobile games and things. Kind of the end of an era, I guess. Oh yes, I moved the crib because I wanted to also place a bunk bed, because at this point I was like, we're gonna have 2 Sim kids. Which, I can tell you, I have at least 2 or 3 more episodes of this ready to go. I just need to edit them and stuff. So there will be more of this, for better or for worse. I still am kind of gauging. I know the interest isn't there, but I guess this is just... If I'm wasting my life playing this game, might as well record it, right? And try to make it interesting for somebody who may be bored enough to care. I don't know. It's the least I can do. This is like the final December 2019 push before YouTube changes in January, and I may potentially be done forever. I don't know. More color wheel stuff going on here. I was struggling to get that to match the sheets of the bed, so then I went to the eyedropper tool, copied the hex code, and then switched back to the carpet. So it is the exact same blue, even though it kind of doesn't look like it, but it is the exact same blue as on those bed sheets. We're just kind of making a blue room. I think that's the one I go with, the fish. It's kind of real quick because it doesn't matter. It's a child wallpaper, right? Just a nice little blue upstairs. So obviously, if I continue to play this and the kids grow up and stuff, this house is going to have to be moved. You can't have an upstairs kid bedroom. It's going to have to turn into a game room or something, which would be nice. But I don't know. I do have the idea of maybe playing through the kids' lifespans, at least getting them and sending them off to university. But then there's also Island Paradise, and I was thinking maybe just once they grow up, install Island Paradise and play with them there. But then again, I don't know. You can see I'm just like mirroring the bottom floor, which looks kind of weird, but I remember this side, window-wise, bothered me. I don't know, I liked it. I like things to look right, and I remember this kind of irritated me. You see, I couldn't place the window. I had to move the toilet paper, and there's a similar situation with the towel rack on the other side of the wall. But then I tried to fix it, and then I said, screw it. Just put it back and moved on, because it doesn't matter. We're playing The Sims, nobody's watching it, it doesn't matter at all. But, oh, I never finished. Red Hot Chili Peppers, John Frusciante is back in the Red Hot Chili Peppers as of December 15th, 2019. 10 years exactly from the date that he left the band and was replaced by Josh Klinghoffer. This is, kind of, that's the unexpected Christmas gift that I've been trying to talk about. And now we're done with the building. I'm just upgrading the main bathroom that was always here, and I think I upgrade the TV as well. And then we move on to the backyard, which is the good part. The backyard, I kind of start thinking of my childhood home, in terms of trees at least. That's really the only way. And here I remember the toilet I was trying to fix. But then I decided to just go with the setup, just replace the sink with a better one. And then the TV, there's the best TV, but because of the windows on the wall, it cannot be placed. And then I thought, well, what about the by debug mode? Because there's a debug TV, this one. It's the best one in the game, but then that one really doesn't work. So then I go to the next best option, and there you go. Nice little living room, I like it. Small enough to be exactly what it needs to be. Most of the houses I design from the start are similar to this setup. You have to have the essential patio with the hot tub. And now, speaking of that, we are branching off into the backyard for kids, so we start with the treehouse, which was introduced in the Sims 3 Generations pack. There's various types you can place down too. This is just a one. We do move that eventually. I'm gonna get a swing set. Decided to go with the blue one, and then a sand pit we're gonna put down, a soccer goal. And that's why I decided to continue. That's why there are at least 2, if not 3 more parts after this one. Because the stuff that they did add for the children Sims in this game, it's kind of amusing and it's fun to mess with, and I very rarely do it. I usually just play young adult and adult Sims, and then when I get bored, I'm done. But Generations really does kind of make you want to see what different objects and things that the little kid Sims can do. And it's fun for a moment, I suppose. So yeah, we got the water slide, decided to put it there, and then we start on the pool. A very small pool, nothing fancy, but enough. Oh yeah, the fire pit too first, forgot I did that. But yeah, I'm excited about that John Frusciante stuff, man. I can't wait. I hope they come out with a new album soon. Because Stadium Arcadium, the last that John Frusciante played on, was such a good album. I feel like he was the spirit of the Red Hot Chili Peppers. So it's good that he's back, even though they're all older, and who knows. Ah yes, the sprinkler, that auto, you can upgrade it to auto water the garden. That'll help whenever winter ends. Ah yes, Boom Boom Blast is the name of this song. Great stage from Yooka-Laylee and the Impossible Lair. I'm telling you, you gotta check it out. It's a great game, better than this game. My Let's Play of that game was better than this too. Ah yes, once again, I was bothered by the squares. So I was trying to figure out the rounded corners. Something I'm not really good at building pools. I very rarely do it. So I just went with the one tile corner piece and then filled it in from there, just so at least it had a round body. It still kind of looks weird, I guess, but that's what I went with. And now we have the issue of ladders, diving boards, and lights. And I remember the lights bothered me because I like symmetry, and there are several issues with symmetry here in the lights. Oh yes, and it was big enough to place that down. The one from Island Paradise is obviously not here because it wasn't installed yet. Well, it's still not installed, but I like that pack enough that I'm still kind of wondering if I'm gonna keep on playing and cover it, even though probably nobody wants to see it. But, you know, who knows? I don't even know what I'm doing after this. I don't know what I'm doing in January. YouTube's pissing me off, honestly. As a company, as a whole, with all their changes. The government's pissing me off. Yeah, everything is just irritating as hell. Yeah, the diving board symmetry. I couldn't place it in the middle. I remember that was an issue I was having. But yeah, I don't even have a right to say anything because I follow people who have like 500,000 subscribers and they struggle daily to get even like 2,000 views on their videos. I can't even imagine how they feel. That's like, I know I'm looking at my numbers and being like, yeah, less than 1% of people that did subscribe to me watched what I do, like over the last 4 months. Like if it's not a Zelda randomizer, it gets nothing. And even those are not really performing well anymore. But then I look at the people who have like 500,000 subscribers and they're like in the same boat as I am. But it's even worse because their number difference is even crazier. I don't know. Just little stuff. Decided to move the treehouse like I said. And now is where, not this episode, but in one of the ones upcoming, I even expand this further. But now we're on to the trees, which is the good part. I feel like it just adds so much life to it. We need the cherry tree, because when I grew up, I had 2 cherry trees in my backyard. So I always remember that. And the pine trees, too, I was trying to go with them, but having trouble finding a good pine in this menu. So then I decided, I placed that willow right there, and it does come back. But I actually decided to delete it for now and go with an oak tree, I think. But yeah, the house I grew up in, it had all kinds of pine trees in the way back, and then I think this video ends on the line of pines that lined my driveway. And also a birch tree in the front yard. I make sure to place all of that. Just nostalgia, I guess. There's the birch tree. I decided to place it there, and then I was just kind of clicking around. And then I realized there was a taller one, but that would be too tall for the front yard, so then I just moved that to the front. There we go, and now it's time for the line of pines. All down the side. Just like home. That home no longer exists, I don't think. The house was foreclosed on, and I don't know what's going on anymore. Well, yep, there you go. That is as far as I went. It is a completed house for now, and I think it looks pretty good. So thanks for watching, you guys. Hopefully this one was a little bit more enjoyable, and I'll see you next time. Take care.